Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the CEO Chronicles. I am Diksha Vora, and I am really excited to bring a power couple. Now, why do I say they're a power couple? Because individually, both Dr. Sudhir and Sulakshana are supposedly very quiet, composed, but when they come together as a team, it's literally like 1 plus 1 becomes 11. And that's how they have started a wonderful firm called QRServes. Now, how are they bringing their expertise into QRServes? What does QRServes do in terms of quality management, in terms of sustainability, in terms of ISO? All of that we're going to be discussing today. Why are all of these things important to firms today as well? We're going to be talking about. So, I don't want to waste much of your time. Let's get into the conversation. Welcome to the show, Dr. Sudhir and Sulakshana. How are you both?
Thank you. We are great. Thank you for having us here.
I'm glad. So firstly, let's just get to know a little bit more about your background individually, okay? So I want to know what's your career been so far? I mean, before QRServes, what does life look like?
So, by profession, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a biotechnologist. I've written 25 papers, 2 books, and so I'm basically a big time learner. And all through almost like 22 years, I was a learner. Once that is done, actually, one fine morning, we thought of, she is the one who actually pushed me, I would say that what are you doing actually. So that is where that thought started coming in, and I was always a problem solver. So that's where basically we thought, let's create a company to solve the most critical problem which are sometimes ignored, which are not even in the sight of the entrepreneur sometimes. So that's where we thought of this particular baby, and what it comes out to be a QRServes Global LLC. So wherein it stands for quality, regulatory, and sustainability. So that is what actually the journey in short. And during my career, I would like to say that yes, I was almost a problem solver. That's what I want to be in future also. And during whatever time we started, we were very successfully able to play that role of a problem solver, being a consultant, being a implementer for a big as well as a smaller enterprise. So that's what I would like to say. This is what me.
Amazing. And Sulakshana, what has your background been like?
I am actually a graduate engineer. So I was working as a graphic designer before. Then when we decided to form our own, we started our journey as an entrepreneur. So before that, almost 10, 11 years, I was a homemaker. I was a mom. And then I started my journey directly as a entrepreneur.
But what pushed you, or what rather motivated you to push him to start his company? At what point did you think, नहीं यार बस हो गया, अभी company चालू करते हैं?
Yeah, I was observing him for so many years. I was seeing him, how he connects people, how he motivates his team. His team was excellent always during his corporate time. And he used to travel extensively. He used to give solutions properly. So some point I thought, if all these things, if he will be able to use for himself, it will multifolds definitely.
Sure.
Being an entrepreneur. So I was behind him from so many days, but definitely very stable corporate general manager level. It's difficult to shift our own focus to entrepreneurship. So yeah, I was talking to him for quite long. So rather than doing anything else, and then it was always a better choice to support him in our entrepreneur journey.
Very nice. See, I'll tell you what, usually when you leave a very high profile career, you're leaving that, and then when you come to entrepreneurship, the risks are very huge, especially when you have a family to look out for. Yeah, you have to bring a certain salary home, and you have to see the things happen. I also know that your first client paid you around 35,000 rupees. Okay, which obviously is nothing. You can't sustain through that. And that's a revenue. That's not even profit. From that point, coming to this point would have taken you time, effort, a lot of things. How did you manage, to take that leap of faith, that, letting go of a steady income, considering even you were a homemaker at that point in time, and you were leaving that aside and then thinking, let's just get into business. What really, pushed you or rather motivated you to take this grand step?
I discussed this thing with Sulakshana, and then we decided, okay, and I came out of it. Fortunately, I continued that philosophy of giving the best solutions to my client. Lot of challenges, lot of products which you see on the shelf. Actually, I'm very happy to say that they are my babies. They are basically got registered because of my efforts, and they are one of the very successful product in the market. So that was the day actually when I came out of office. I talked to her. In fact, while I was having a discussion, I called her and says that something is not going the way I want actually. So would you be happy if I leave? The answer was yes. I have been telling you. That was the response. I have been telling you from so many years, and you are not doing it. So do it.
Yeah.
And that is what I did it actually. And then we started our journey. First, the value of networking is what I realized that time actually, because one of my colleague who recently started, that time he was starting his own venture, Mr. Amit actually, a big fan of food products actually. And he is the man who introduced to us Mr. Raj Bagdi, who is Pioneer Foods guy.
Right.
And Raj has really trusted us. He said, Doctor, I want you to design, suggest us on these product in terms of formulation, in terms of regulatory compliances. And then he was expecting it to take those products to the global level. So first thing he said, I want to try at least. What is that you are going to give us? And we did try. That 35,000, yes, was a revenue. You are right, actually. But when that particular beep I heard in my bank account, 35,000 is actually deposited. Yeah, that was like, we said, this is our own.
Yeah.
We could achieve, we could sell something.
Yes.
And not only that, he was happy and
breaking that confidence, right? That, you can, एक client किया तो आगे भी हो जाएगा, that kind of a mentality.
In fact, during that time also in Gulf Food, very interesting thing, I printed my cards on a A4 size paper, converted into those are also there in our office actually. And we went to talk to the people, and Amit has introduced to Raj, and Raj has basically trusted us. He has given us a business. Post that he becomes our like regular client, and today his products are available in UK, his products are available in US. And we are really proud to say that we were a part of his journey.
Kya baat hai, amazing.
And it was...
At this point, I remember the page where we were trying a different logos for our company while sitting in the park. And then the QRServes born.
It was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And she always wanted to go somewhere in garden actually, to talk and discuss, because that time little stress was definitely there because
of course
we were going through a very different experience.
Yes. And it's not easy. The transition is not easy.
Yeah. But to be honest, she trusted, and then she said, okay, let us change. Generation of logo is also a story, but yeah, it's a long story, but we did. And when the logo was born, we celebrated as if a baby is born.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it's very close to. And then we said, now we have identity.
See, that's where, the smaller moments of your journey actually make the whole journey worthwhile. Because now today, when you sit back and think, kaise kiya, kya kiya, what motivated you and so on, that's where the entire story, you're able to put in all those jigsaw puzzles together and build a story. Initially, they're all individual, independent jigsaw puzzle pieces. You're trying to, figure out where do I push what and so on. And in fact, majority of the big brands that we see today, their logos were born in such situations itself. A lot of people just used to go like, oh, PowerPoint, QR codes, this and that, Dudo and Nikalo. Very interesting. Now, Sulakshana, I have known you for quite some time, and I've always said you've been like this secret superstar. someone that I personally never expected to outperform your potential, because I do understand that you had taken a long hiatus from your career. You were on a sabbatical because of your family responsibilities, etc. And then you were coming back into business. How was that transition for you? And also, you have really changed the course of your business as well, because while Dr. Sudhir is involved more into the sales and the business development, you're actually taking care of the back end support system. So, how's the journey been for you with QRServes, and how difficult has it been?
Yeah, initially it was a bit difficult, but always in my this 4-5 years of our journey, Sudhir was always a guiding star, because he was always and he is always a one-stop solution. So I know his expertise. So believing on him and putting some of my points, and during the journey, what support I got from him or from any other things or people who were guiding or coming on the way, I keep on learning from them. And I maybe because I took a break, then I was super excited that we have started and I am there outside. So that has also helped me a lot. And I'm really happy that I was not aware of all these capacities
Right.
for myself.
You're discovering your a new self
Discovery,
every day.
that discovery is super
Amazing.
Diksha, I would say that, when we started the journey, I said, okay, you be a managing director of the company. And moment we did a sort of a naming ceremony for Sulakshana, the real leader has started come out. Okay. And she said, then, her orders were always there with me. Then I had to obey that.
Of
So,
course. You're a nice, obedient husband. I see that quite a lot. But I'd actually tell you what, see, this brings me to my next question. Usually, when we come from a society, very honestly, where it is difficult for two people, a husband and wife, to be together functioning in one company. Why? Because you bring work home. Okay. And when you're even in your dining table, your conversations are sometimes work related in usual situations. That's one. The other thing I really admire about you, Dr. Sudhir, is that, see, Sulakshana indeed had a lot of her potential, okay? But you were like that touchstone, that paras, you kept pushing her, you kept telling her, push, go, do things. You've never been someone who said, listen, I don't think this is for you, you should sit down. And, you've always pushed her to try her best, which I don't really see in a lot of other dynamics in husband-wife relationships that, we come across. Because mostly what happens is the husbands understand their wife's potential as per their understanding. She can only do so much. And based on that, they'll tell her, oh, this is not for you, you shouldn't be doing this. And then there's you, who perhaps understands that, but was like, okay, let her outperform herself, push her, and she actually does outperform herself. So how do you manage this professional and personal life balance since you're both working in together?
see, I think hearing it from Sulakshana would be much better. But still, I would like to say that till the time you don't give a freedom to someone, you will not really realize what potential or what capacity the person can have. That's what actually happened in this case. But we were always understanding of each other's requirement. I think she would add it to more because I act as just a catalyst.
Right.
I had not played a bigger role beyond that, because although it could be a paras, but you need to be a metal at some time.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to be material.
Yes.
So that's what I think she is. Okay. I think I would better you hear from her.
So,
But how do you manage your personal and professional life this way?
So I will start on a lighter note. This is the way I am compensating the time which when he was traveling a lot to US, going to US for 1 week and coming back after 1 month, traveled to more than 45 countries. Always one bag was always packed, And so this is the way, this is my way to compensate that time. Sit in front of me and work.
I mean, now I understood what is the
Bats. Yeah. So, on a, I mean, what exactly I want, I know is we know each other's expertise very well. We know our own expertise very well. So because of that, it is coming properly. We are accepting everything, and most important is a hassle-free decision making because of that, because we know our own expertise together. So during the time when I was thinking about so many things, um, separating my daily routine and coming to the new routine. So yeah, he was there always helping me out, and giving me, whenever I was stuck, giving me a way to move forward.
I would say that too, Sulakshana, because trust me, having there are two options for good, successful people. It's like either you have a supportive partner or have no partner at all. So you need to have a supportive partner for both men and women. Otherwise, carrying on a professional journey becomes very difficult. Let's come to your business now. I want to understand more about QRServes. And the thing is, see, there's this talk about sustainability, compliance, and quality management. And one of the biggest myths is, number one, only big companies need it. Number two, this is not important. Okay? This is not important for me. My sales, my other things are really important. This is not. Tell me, bust this myth for me. These two myths.
right. So yes, these are myths, and people are practicing those myths also. That's the worst actually. They don't try it actually. Why do we buy them?
Because you trust their quality.
Okay.
And of
But
course,
why?
utility, usage, requirement.
Correct. So, we all why want to buy a quality product, quality services.
Yep.
Then why not to you? Because of quality, they become so big actually. It's a simple mantra that if you follow that particular ethics, those practices in our regular product as well as the services, no one can stop us from becoming a big like those brands. So the first myth is for big brand is absolutely not correct. It is basically, in fact, other important aspect, it is for some brands which are growing.
Correct.
They should create an image.
Yes.
If you are basically respecting me because of my some goodness, you have seen it somewhere, and you are going to refer me because of you have seen me. So again, there are credibility, okay, and most important, opposed to establish that credibility, the capability. So I would say that moment you follow the principles of quality or compliance, or for that matter, sustainability, both this thing will grow. I mean, your credibility will phenomenally grow. Obviously, you will definitely able to do a lot of things with your capacity, and what you will achieve is a profitability. So this is the simple mantra. Now, when we say quality is a one thing, but quality post that we have something called compliances.
Right.
So quality, if you see, has again a two part. One is something which is related to product to your client, which is pursued by your client. But there are certain things which are really required, which like very few clients will ask for it. So those are called compliances.
Right.
Yeah. So now those compliances means a regulatory. Now that regulatory could be in the form of product.
Sure.
Now whatever product you bring it here need to comply to certain requirement. Now I being in almost like more than 27 years in this particular industry, I know many people don't know that there is a certain requirement of packaging, product formula, and they keep on selling those products in the market, and suddenly someday the recall comes.
Okay. Let's come to the last question of the podcast. And I understand that you guys are doing, you guys have brought QRServes so far. I want to know, what does the future hold for you? What are you envisioning? What are some of the new key services you're perhaps looking at bringing in? One is indeed the toolkit that you mentioned. That's one. What else are you looking at?
The world is changing very fast. And again, there would be a lot many things which QRServes will be doing, but the main focus is going to be a sustainability.
Yep.
Sustainability is the most important part. Imparting, we will be focusing not only SME but also a big brands. What we are doing it currently, we will be creating this sort of a toolkit.
Very nice. Very nice.
If you to answer your question, probably what we're looking at to the business, the expand QRServes in 5 more countries other than UAE. So UK we have recently started working with. Oman could be the next actually. Saudi could be another one. And these discussions are definitely at the advanced level. So geographical expansion is definitely is going to be the first one. Secondly, I mean, giving back to society is what is our role. We do have other initiatives wherein we do that sort of activity. But in case of QRServes, I mean, decoding the sustainability, decoding the quality, decoding the compliances. And that's where basically the training will come. That is where we free, what you can say, webinar, seminar, workshop is going to happen. So that's the second actually. Third, if you ask me, we want to be a more, what you can say, there is a vision that we should be a preferred supplier.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sudhir and Sulakshana. It was such a wonderful conversation for everyone who's listening to us. If you want to get yourself assured in terms of quality, want to check out about sustainability, or even get that toolkit, I would highly recommend you to reach out to Dr. Sudhir and Sulakshana. Their contact details are in the description box below. Please check out their website, QRServes.com, and then please get in touch with them on their LinkedIn and their Instagram. They're there. And Dr. Sudhir, Sulakshana, thank you so much for being with us. And we truly, I learned a lot. We had a great time. And I look forward to having you more often and discussing things more in detail on how can people make their companies more sustainable in the long run. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diksha, for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.